Jai Shri Ram. Hello friends. I hope that you have gone through the first video of Chitra Astrology. In the first video, I tried to convey that before starting learning the astrology, you should have a good soul, good mind, and good intuition. That means you try to make changes in your life where sun, moon, and Mercury can become good and they start supporting you as and when you are thinking about the astrology. This was the purpose to make the first video. Now, in continuing that part, this second video is basically going to tell you about the signification of different, that is 12 houses. As you know that in Vedic astrology or in another form of astrology, there are 12 houses. These 12 houses are representing the different aspects of our life. The first six houses are invisible. That means the outer world may not able to see that. And the next six houses are going to be visible to the outer world. They are going to know each and everything about of those houses. So friend, without wasting any more time, let's start how we are going to use this significance of houses itself to tell about the dramatic results, or you can say that type of things which no other astrologer is going to tell you. See, the first house is going to be of self, your physical appearance, your body. That means how much strength your body can bear and what type of appearance you are going to carry when you are talking or you are meeting another person. That means your attitude or your personality is going to make a very, very important, you can say, very, very important impression in front of others. So, though anyone who is having this first house with malefic planets is going to have some attitude problem, some personality problem. And if some persons are going to have benefic planet in that, that person is going to have a charming personality. Similarly, the second house is going to be the house of your wealth, your initial family where you have born, or you can say your eye, right eye, or your teeth, or your, you can say, eating habits. Say, for example, if malefic planets are there, those planets are going to spoil that type of things. That means your voice or your speech when you are talking to somebody can be harsh when malefic planets are there. But at the same time, when benefic planets are there, just like Jupiter, Moon, Venus, Mercury, your voice will be very smoothing. You have a very good relationship with your family. Easily, you can earn the wealth, or you have a good bank balance, or your family may have good ornaments, whether they are going to be of gold or diamond. Third house is the house of your efforts. Whatever I am telling today is basically based on the Kal Purush Kundli. We are assuming the first house is having a Aries sign. But in reality, when we will reach to the second stage, in the you can say in the third class, I will tell about the significations of different rashis. And that rashis may change or may modify up to 50 to 60% of the result which I am telling today. But the signification of houses is not going to be changed at all. Whatever we are learning today is going to be with you throughout your life. What I want to say is, but in the third class, when you will get the video in third house, say for in Kal Purush Kundli, you are having third house lord as Mercury because third house is of Gemini sign. But if, say, for example, the ascendant is 6, that means somebody has a Virgo ascendant. In that Virgo ascendant person, third house will have 8th sign, that means Scorpio sign. Then that time, that person will not have a characteristic of Gemini, but that person will observe the characteristic of Scorpio. But the third house being the house of siblings, house of your curse, house of your communication with the outer world. The third house is the house of your short travel. Say, for example, if in Kalpursh Kundli or if anybody having a Aries ascendant, Mercury being the Karka of this will give automatically the better results with less efforts. But at the same time, when Mars, because I have taken another example of a Virgo ascendant, in that case, the third house is going to be a Scorpio sign whose Lord is Mars. Now, at this case, the Mars being the more effort person as compared to Mercury. Mercury person may talk good, may talk in a polite manner, so that with his request or with his communication, the work of siblings, the work of communications, work of short travel can be easily completed without any hindrance. But at the same time, when the Mars becomes the Lord of third house, the person may put more efforts towards siblings, that he may protect his siblings, he may take short distance travel in an aggressive manner, like that. That's why I'm saying the characteristic or the behavior of the house will get impacted by the presence of the sign which is going to be there. So, my friends, be flexible in astrology. In astrology, nothing is black and white, but the astrology is more of intuition. What your intuition is suggesting, what thoughts are coming in your mind, how you are going to digest those thoughts in your soul. That's why in the first class itself, I have tried those who people visit this Chitra Astroraj YouTube channel, they should learn astrology just like in a old-fashioned way or our rishis has taught our forefathers or in the old ages to the different sages. Now, the fourth house being the comfort house or comforts in terms of your mother, comforts in terms of your vehicle, comfort in terms of your property, comforts in terms of your, you can say, the status among the people or what type of status you enjoy basically. These all things are represented directly or indirectly by the fourth house. The fourth house, if some malefics are there, they may give you hard time. If the benefics are there, you will get the easily thing. Say, for example, if Rahu is there, whatever your sign is there, forget about this. Rahu is the planet of your desire. Your desire can be expanded or can grow drastically, whether they are going to be in a positive fashion or a negative fashion, because Rahu is a malefic planet. It sometimes give materialistic thing, but it destroy non-materialistic thing. Rahu can give you good house, good car, but at the same time, it can spoil your relationship with your mother. That's why the depending upon the benefic or malefic planet or what karak tattva these planets carry or the signs or the characteristic or the behavior of the Rashi is going to give different type of results to the different type of people. Now, fifth house is a very important house. The most important house, in my opinion, in astrology is the fifth house. Because we are here in this world to complete our pending karmas. Pending karmas means whatever plus minus things we had done in the past life, we are here to perform those. Now, what type of our starting will be there to perform this karma or those karmas actually is can be easily seen from the fifth house, because fifth house is the Pura Punya house. If your Pura Punya karma are very good, you will have the good planets here. If your Purva Punya Karam have some malefic planets, that means now in this life you have a slightly more effort oriented karmas or performance in your life, or you can say throughout your life. Easily, you are not going to get the things if fifth house have malefics or ninth house have malefics in this birth chart or in this life birth chart of any native. Another important thing is what type of your intelligence is there can be easily represented or can be easily seen from the fifth house. If person have a very good fifth house, intelligence, the counseling, the education, the creativity of that person will be of highest order. Similarly, sixth house is basically known as the house of disputes. At the same time, it is also known, it gives six different types of problems, shad ripu, maybe in terms of enemies, maybe in terms of court cases, or maybe in terms of health issues, or maybe in terms of loan or debts, something like that. Now, if somebody have sixth house with malefic planets, actually at that time, because sixth, eighth, and 12th house are those houses where malefic planets give better result as compared to the benefic planets. You can say out of 12 houses, there are 3 houses, or you can say third house you can also consider. 3, 6, 8, 12. If malefic planets are there, they are going to give better result to that native. If malefic planets are in sixth house, the native can easily win over the friends or so win over or the friends at the working place. I'm not saying enemies. Why? Because if you are going daily at a working place, that working place is to be seen from the sixth house. And whenever you go at a working place daily in the morning to earn your bread and butter, you always say good morning, good day to your friends. That's why I'm saying, that is a separate story. When you both are working or 10 people are working at a working place, there has to be a competition. And the malefic planets can give the better competitive environment or better strength to fight in that competitive environment. Whereas the benefic planets will allow you to easily surrender in front of the competitive person. Seventh house is the another important house. In Vedic astrology, it is also known as Kletrasuk. That means house of your different type of happiness which comes from your legal partnerships. Legal partnership means whether in terms of your wife or spouse or your business partner. Somewhere, the type of relationship you are going to have with the opposite sex, If it is a male chart, then interaction with the females, and if it is a female chart, then interaction with the males. It indicates what type of interactions you are going to have with your opposite sex person. Somewhere, partially, it is also represented or also denote your reproduction or genitals. Basically, eighth house is the reproduction and genitals, but something, the outer part of that is also associated with these two parts. Eighth house is the house of your longevity, your transformation, sudden gains, inheritance, and different types of, you can say, sins or your karmas. If you had done some bad thing in the past life, that then you will have some planets here to change you in this life. Ultimately, you have to go through a lot of transformation when your planets are there. Or it is more appropriate to say continuous transformation will be there in life when eighth house has maximum planets. Just like you might have seen the charts of Bollywood star Amitabh Bachchan. He has many planets in the eighth house, and throughout the life he has gone through the transformation. And always transformation or changes are always going to be for betterment. This is the most important thing. I don't know why the people are saying the eighth house is not a good thing. I always say eighth house is the best house when you align according to the energy of that house. Long distance travel, your guru, your spirituality, pilgrimage, your luck, fortune, your high education has to be seen from ninth house. Even your father or the blessing of boss, your head of department can be seen from the ninth house. If you have benefic planets in the ninth house, your father, your guru will have a good relationship. If malefic planets are there in the ninth house, then you will have a very strained type of relationship with your father and your boss. Your luck may also shine very late when if Saturn is there in the ninth house. Because if Venus, Moon, that type of planets will be there, or Jupiter in the ninth house, even Mercury, you will have your fortunes activated in early part of your life. But if Saturn is there, Rahu is there, or Ketu is there, your fortune will activate in the later stages of your life or the middle stages of your life. 10th house, more prominently, is your profession related or your career. That career may be of your job or your maybe business, that the type of dignity and reputation out of those things you are going to get is to be seen from the 10th house. Now, to select about the professions, I normally, when I predict, or somebody asks me to predict about what type of profession is going to be more suitable for me, then I always give importance to the 10th house and the third house. Because from the 10th house, the third house is always going to be the sixth house. That means the profession where he can happily go for the work, and if he happily goes for the work, he will enjoy that work, then his basically uh, productivity will improve if we assess 10th house and the third house. But in daily way or in a journal way, normally sixth house of the chart, not 10th house and the third house. In detailed, if you go, then you have to see 10th and third. But in daily way, how you are going to dress up, how you are going, by which mode you are going to working place, for that we also see the sixth house. 11th house is your social circle, your overall games, or your elder siblings, that what type of the evenings you are going to enjoy on Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday. It can be easily seen from the 11th house. If your 11th house is not good, then you are not going to have a proper entertainment in your life, or most part of the life you will not have a proper entertainment. But if your good planets are there, then you can do very good social activities. You can open colleges, you can open institutes or big corporate houses if your 11th house supports you. 12th house is another important thing where the people basically work towards their enlightenment. The people say it is the house of expenditure, or the fourth, you can say, uh, it is the house of basically foreign also, but long distance travel, if we take ninth house, and from ninth house, it is also the fourth house. If you are going through a long distance in a, if you have a house in foreign countries, or you have a relationship continuous traveling to the foreign countries, you will have a good relationship between ninth and 12th house. Whatever the cozy relationship you are going to have with your spouse, or if somebody else, you enjoy that type of materialistic things, physical, or you can say sexual things, the 12th house is also very important. But it is more related to your boundary, because in house where you stay, where you sleep, you are always in the boundaries. It is not in a negative sense, it is in the positive sense. But what type of the things you are going to enjoy, it can be easily seen from the 12th house. So my friends, today I try to give it in a generalized fashion, the significations of different houses. Today I have not basically given any sign or Rashi impact into this, but you have a practice over it and try to correlate in advance until unless I am going to come with the significations of houses, where the first house, if I have 1 to 12 signs, second house I have 1 to 12 signs, or you can say Rashis. I will come up with the different 12 videos in this regard, because every house I will take one day, and in that house, if there are going to be some sign from Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, like that till Pisces, I will explain each and everything so that you feel comfortable in learning astrology, and you can yourself predict about your chart, your family chart, or your friend charts. Till then, bye bye. Have a nice day. Jai Shri Ram.